totally okay with the sparkly horse. I think they could have made the sparkly horse $200. Wouldn't care. Honestly, I would probably be more motivated to buy it because there'd be less people that had it, which made it more exclusive, which meant that my e-dick was bigger than theirs. I have a problem. Okay, so this guy says, MMO microtransactions, we lost.
We have lost the war against microtransactions in MMORPGs, and you and I are actually in part to blame. But the thing is, we might actually be able to fix it. Question.
Yeah, just stop buying shit, guys. It's just not a hard concept. If you stop like using money on microtransactions, they will stop because they realize they can't make money off of them. But the funny thing is, that ain't ever gonna happen.
It is.
Because you're all addicted. I am too.
Do we even want to? When a game that hasn't even released yet is selling packages that cost more than the annual salary of many of us, myself included, it's probably time.
What? Star Citizen is introducing a $48,000 ship bundle, but only for players who have already spent $10,000 on a game that is never gonna release. You're crazy.
Just a little bit of retrospection. But wait, you say, because there's another game, my favorite game, my MMO of choice. It doesn't sell gear, it sells boosts. Sure, it sells a couple.
I thought he was gonna say boobs, and I was gonna be like, he plays BDO. Look at that
level boosts, and I guess there's a whole lot of cosmetics that it sells, and there's this little weird thing where you have to like put in like all these enchantments, and you have to pay for the enchantments, but it's not pay to win, because you see.
BDO is pay to win, for sure. But like most MMOs nowadays are pay to win, like 100%.
What we're doing now with this argument is spending a lot more time arguing over what the definition of pay to win is than actually arguing against microtransactions. We spend all of our time and energy doing that. And just to reiterate here, yes, I am absolutely 100% part of this problem. Not only have
I was about to say, my dude, I spent like $20 on Clash of Clans like 2 days ago, man. Like I have an issue, okay? Like, look, it is what it is.
I engage with multiple different purchasing of boosts and things like that in games like EverQuest, from games like EverQuest to really anything that has.
What game is this, bro?
Some kind of experience boost.
What is that dragon
I've also
doing?
released videos like this one where I mentioned that I actually don't mind boosts like experience boosts, like 10%, 20%.
I just hit Town Hall 10. Any tips? Well, I'm Town Hall 10 now. I'm loving it. I'm almost at Town Hall 11 though. I'll be Town Hall 11 at the end of the month probably.
50% experience boosts.
I love it.
Versus things like cosmetics. But the context
EverQuest,
of that,
oh
the
my
context
God.
of those arguments about pay to win are more about, you know,
just join my clan, bro. I'm having a good time with it.
Trying to find out, well, this is what we have. This is what the gaming landscape is now. Before we get into all the ways that the new desolate landscape of games and MMORPGs with microtransactions is our fault, I need to tell you how it's not. The specific parts of it.
I was gonna say, blaming this on the consumer is predatory. This is not our fault necessarily. Like, is it people's fault that they keep spending money on stuff? Yeah, but I would say that it's more like the corporate people are kind of figuring out how to pull as much money out of us as possible for as little work as possible. And that's microtransactions, plain and simple.
That are not our fault. The parts where we are being tricked into spending more money. Things that are being used, marketing tactics that are constantly being used, really just drive it home just a little bit more. The most frustrating part of it for me. MMORPGs have always been highly monetized, something that's easy to forget when we look at the current landscape of MMORPGs, with EverQuest 2 doing this crap and Star Citizen's ridiculous bundle with the price that has so much sticker shock that
Okay guys, if Black Desert is not in this video anywhere, we're huge.
I may pass out. Oh, and quick side note here, thank you to Blizzard for releasing the
God, bro, Blizzard's catching strays too, man. It's only a matter of time.
$64 horse that costs more than the actual game. As I was writing
A $65 horse that costs more than the game. You know, the funny thing is that a StarCraft 2 developer came out and said that the game that he spent most of his life creating and like developing made less money than this horse. That's gotta feel bad, man. That's gotta feel really bad, bro.
in this script,
no.
you truly are the gift that keeps on giving. Here, I was worried that I wouldn't have enough.
Wasn't that the horse from OG WoW? Sparkly Pony, I believe. Yeah, whatever it was. It was a house. Or it was a horse. Yeah.
Of egregious pricing, but you came in.
The funny thing is, we will absolutely buy it every time.
As usual.
I'm stunned that BDO doesn't have exclusive skins that are like $90 for like Valkyrie or something, you know, like
riding over that hill like Gandalf in Lord of the freaking Rings. As pointed out in PC Gamer in a great article on price anchoring, something that I didn't actually know the terminology for before this video, it also demonstrated some of the marketing psychology
right,
used not just in video games for microtransactions.
Yeah, here's a premium skin. It's it'll change the effects of your skin to dark green. All of your effects that were purple before are now going to be dark green. Yeah, that'll be $95. You think we wouldn't buy a skin like that? Do you think that we would not buy that skin? We would throw money at the screen. It would go crazy.
Transactions, but in most things you encounter in our society. Price anchoring is essentially the use of a high-priced item
How many
to
crons
make the
does it melt
lower-priced item
for?
seem
Oh,
more
God.
attractive. Tell someone that a horse in Diablo 4 costs $25 and they may think that's high. It is. Tell someone they could get the $25 horse for the $65 horse with the same currency. Well, that $25 horse is now anchored by the higher price. Instead of one stupidly expensive thing, it is two stupidly expensive things, but one of them is slightly cheaper than the other stupid one. And all you gotta do
Stop spending the money. They wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
then is just throw in a little bit of like crazy in-game currencies that use math against you. We'll stick with Diablo 4 here since they are the one bundling this currency with the horse. Blizzard sells platinum in packs of 500, 1000, 2800, 5700, 11500.
Of course they do. So you either have to buy two inefficient ones, or you could just buy one big one and spend the 100.
And 18,500 with their respective pricing. For this, we're going to focus on the 500, 1000, and 2800 currency tiers. As you notice, we get from the 500 and 1000 to 2800 is only $25, which actually seems like a bargain. For this, we're going to focus on the 500, 1000, and $2,800 tiers, and you'll see why here in just a second. Because it gets more confusing when you look at some of the item costs in the store. The Lion of Arias costume costs 2200 platinum. Now see, I really wanted to be Hercules in Diablo 4, and this was the best way to do it. But damn, that cost, it just doesn't quite line up with the packages, does it? They
Sure does. Honestly, that's not even all that bad. It's 2200. Yeah, you can't get it. You just have to spend the 25, but then you get a little bit of extra money for it. Damn, bro, I've actually been brainwashed so much I don't even feel like that's bad. Dude doesn't even realize that in BDO skins are $30 a piece, man. Bungie did this. Bungie was probably the most egregious of doing this. Bungie would drop a skin that was like, yeah, it's going to be right outside the value that you need, right? It's going to be like 1200. Boy, that just sucks, doesn't it? Like every time. It's 12, it's 1300, right? It's just outside of like the $10 pack, so you gotta spend the $25. That's why no one plays Destiny anymore.
have a
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. They said that they had like the highest sales of like their recent quarter. No, then they go and lay off a bunch of people and they're struggling, bro.
simple package that I could purchase for 2200 platinum, and they
A lot of people are laying off people, but Bungie's definitely struggling. Destiny 2 is not doing super hot right now.
don't allow me to purchase by the 100s, the thing that would make the most sense, right? Because if you're selling 500 platinum for $5, why can't I buy 100 platinum for...
Yeah, 2200 and like 2,500. This isn't even all that bad. That's a reason. That's sure it's kind of scummy, but I don't even really like. That's $3 extra, whatever. It's having to get gouged for an extra 10, 20, 30 bucks because like, oh well, I want to get the thing, right? BDO will do this with certain packages too.
$1 because they want you to buy more.
Right.
I could either buy the 2,500 platinum for $25 using the 1,500 packs, or I could get a bonus. I could get 2,800 platinum for the same freaking price.
I will say, for what it's worth, be very thankful that Black Desert, when we do these 1+1 boxes that they have here, are a normal set of A coins that you can buy with money and get the exact amount of A coins that you need. Think about it, guys. If it was 8,050 A coins, think if they made it 8,100 A coins. That's what he's talking about. That would be really shitty, right? Because then you basically have to buy the $100 pack to get the 1+1 box you really want. And then you have this awkward amount of A coins left in your bank. That would be really shitty.
That's such a deal. That's such a fantastic deal. I'm getting an extra
Like
300
Black Desert does not do this super often, but it does happen from time to time.
platinum. Of course I'm going to go for that one. So now I go and buy my line of Ariat cosmetics, and I'm Hercules.
This isn't even just Diablo. Blizzard did this in StarCraft 2 as well. When they introduced the shop to StarCraft 2, it was exactly the same thing.
Okay, so that leaves me with 600 platinum left over, and of course, my awesome new cosmetic. But now I see the Death Toll armor set, and that's just, I mean, that's just so freaking cool.
What
I
up,
can
Buzz?
basically be Skeletor. Who doesn't want to
Yeah,
be Skeletor?
gotta have that, yeah.
There's only
Well, it's
one
20
problem. It costs 2,400 platinum. I still have 600 platinum left over, so I could just buy two 1,000 packs for $20.
Okay.
But then I'd have 2,600
All
platinum.
right.
That covers the armor
Thanks,
with some
Buzz, I
left
appreciate it.
over. But if I'm spending $20 already, why not just spend the extra $5 and get the 2,800 platinum pack again? That way I'm getting the bonus 300 platinum. It's just a better deal. It makes more sense. It's more value. So a lot of this logic is going to rely on this idea of value. This idea that you're getting more value by spending more. And that's why they have it separate. Like you're getting plus 300 for free.
Well, you are getting more value of their virtual currency.
Bonus for buying this. But it's also there to make sure that you kind of tend to have a balance that encourages you to spend more money.
No problem, Superhuman. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Welcome to the stream, buddy. You're living the content
So I
now.
go ahead and purchase the same pack, the 2,800, to get my bonus, to get my extra 300, because if I was gonna spend $20, then I might as well have spent the 20.
That's how they do it, man. It's exact, bro. Like this is just marketing 101, right? Like,
right? Well, now I have both sets of armor, and I also have 1,000 platinum left over. And so I've got this 1,000 platinum just kind of burning, sitting there in my wallet. It's a balance that's just like, it stares at me every single time I log in. So I figure, why not? Let's spend this 1,000 so that it's not.
Stop. See, there's the problem. People that can't stop spending. Okay, look at this. All right, I have no problem showing you guys this. I have 8,700 pearls right here. It's just sitting. I just won't use it. Then you'll notice I also have 3,000 A coins. You know why? Because I had extra A coins when I bought the 1+1 pack, and I kept them. Because I'll just wait until there's another 1+1 box, and they will sit. And I will not spend this money until there's a 1+1 box that I can get with it. But like, stop spending. Like, just because you have pearls sitting on the account, just because you have A coins sitting, doesn't mean you need to immediately turn them and just crank out the money, man. Stop thinking that way.
Not just there. I mean, I might as well otherwise.
Yeah, there's a Bugatti outfit. Yeah.
That's like $10 just like lost, right? It's a sunk cost. So I go and try and find something to spend it on. And as I'm looking through it, I want to spend on something, no longer just something that's going to be, more cosmetics. I want something that's actually going to help.
You didn't buy the new 1+1 box? Yeah, it's because I don't want to. I got the one plus. So there were two 1+1 boxes. I got one of them because I really wanted the farms. And then I didn't buy the other one. You know why? Because I didn't need it. There's nothing in the game I particularly want. Is it crazy value? Absolutely. I'm not going to spend the money though, unless I feel like I absolutely need it. or I want it for whatever reason, right? I have no problem spending money on the game, but I'm going to do it intelligently.
Me in game, so I look at the battle pass, and yes, here we go. Fantastic. The battle pass is only 1,000.
I'm stunned that BDO only recently started doing battle passes, and I'm stunned that like they're still not very good.
Coins, and I have exactly.
It's crazy to me how long it took them to pick up on the battle pass like concept as like a login reward thing, and how long it, like how honestly crappy it is. Like you'd think they'd give you like some custom outfit or like in-game trinket for your house. Like if they gave you some like residence furniture or something every month for getting the like the battle pass for BDO, it would be so like people would buy it like all the time. Just like even if it was just like a basic cosmetic like an earring for your character or something. Right now our battle pass, is it this one? Yeah. So this is what our battle pass looks like, and you can buy it, but like it doesn't really give you anything special. Think if this gave you like a custom headpiece for one of your characters or something, people would absolutely buy it. I'm stunned that they haven't figured this out yet. Right now it basically just gives you cron stones and artisans. No one's buying it. Like it's wild to me.
That much left over, but wait, there's another battle pass. But there's another battle pass. There's another one just right over.
Of course there is. Naraka does the same thing. Naraka has like 6 battle passes. Wait, what? Yeah, so there's a difference between the battle pass and the normal like there's different battle passes, bro. Why does he have this blurred? He's got the price on this battle pass blurred out.
It's 2,800 platinum, man.
Never mind, it's 20. Okay, all right. He had it blurred for a moment. This one looks like it's accelerated though. This one you get 20 levels. This one you have to actually play the game. You would be surprised how many people will buy the accelerated 20 levels.
So many cool, like they have mounts. They're giving away so much in that extra battle pass, and it's only 1,800 coins more. Only 1,800 more than the 1,000 I already have.
Yeah, so BDO's battle pass, guys, imagine if this was the entire month. Okay, so if they gave this to us for 30 days, this was just our login rewards, and you could pay an extra $30 and have all of these extra rewards for all 30 days. And they gave you like custom shit and stuff. People would buy this every month. It would go super hard because they'd be actual login rewards. And then if you miss a few days, you can spend some money and get the extra days that you missed, which is essentially what this accelerated battle pass is.
So I could go and buy another $20 worth of packs and I could get it, but then I'd have 200 left over. And I mean, if there's another way that I could.
Blue, I don't want to play the game. I already spent $70 on it, so I don't have to play it. That's fair.
Do this, right? Like, I mean, how else? I can't get to 1,800. And I don't want to spend $20 because if I spend 25, I get the bonus.
You just got to do it, man. This is the state of gaming.
Therein lies a lot of the problem. It is constantly in different ways trying to encourage you to spend more money with this.
Encouraging PA to go harder on battle passes. I'd rather PA go harder on battle passes and not so hard on things like the farming stuff. The farming stuff I feel like is required if I want to be a life skiller. Like the hedgehog I feel is required to be a life skiller, right? Or like the Venesil dress or the cooking outfit or whatever. I want less of that stuff, and I'd rather see a battle pass because the battle pass I feel is at least optional.
This idea that you're getting more value by spending more money and this constant balance.
I wish Blue would accelerate my battle pass.
Just spend it. But when you do spend it, you usually will not have the ability to buy the exact amount. There will, of course, be times where that's not the case.
Yeah, like if they just could remove like more pay-to-win aspects of the game and just give us more battle pass stuff, I'm totally okay with them monetizing like that. That's fine.
Like, for example, the $1,000 battle pass was the exact cost, but then the armor pieces of 2,200 and 2,400 were not.
Elden Ring's on hold until the expansion comes out.
They were separate. There's this constant push and pull of trying to make sure you either have a balance or consider upping to the next highest thing to get that little bit of extra bonus. The easiest way would have just been make it so you can buy 1-to-1. That doesn't work that way. But wait, there's
Yeah,
one
you
more
can't do
tactic
that.
here that we really we talk about, because not only is this all these marketing tactics to get you to buy more and more and more because you have left over, and all the mathematics are not working out in your favor, they're working out in the favor of Blizzard. Well, there's also the whole part of FOMO, fear of missing out, because the way that the store works.
That is how you sell MMO players on stuff. That is how you sell us on stuff. And I hate saying this out loud because then they will know. The fear of missing out on like an exclusive thing for my class is horrendous. Do you realize I am literally wearing the most ugly, atrocious, dog shit looking outfit that has probably ever been created in Black Desert? Do you know why I'm wearing it? Because I was afraid I was going to miss out on it when the event happened. And you know what? The funny thing is, I would have missed out on it. Because this outfit goes super hard out. Yeah, the Berserk outfit, the Bugatti outfit, that shows an OG player. It looks like crap. But god damn, it's OG as, you know what I mean? If they sold more stuff like this, like, hey, this outfit is only on sale this month and then it's gone. Oh my god. Oh man, that would make so much money. It's crazy, bro. If they brought the Berserk costume back for Warrior, I'd be permanent Warrior main. You know, the funny thing is, Seagoods, we talked about this earlier. There's an event going on in BDO right now where it's called like the Outfit of the Day event. And whatever outfit wins and has like the most outfits on it, or the most upvotes on it on the forums, wins. And they will put that outfit on the Pearl shop as like, you know, your outfit basically that everyone else can buy. And currently the winning outfit, because North America are a bunch of degenerates, is the Berserk outfit on Warrior. Somebody just took a screenshot. It looks like shit. It's just, somebody just took a screenshot of the Berserk outfit on Warrior and everybody upvoted it. It's crazy, bro. Everybody wants that outfit. That shit goes hard. I posted the Bugatti set as a whatever.
Works is it cycles through.
I bought the Oblivion outfit for $90 because I thought it was limited. Skamaz. I did too. I have this outfit right here. When Mountain of Eternal Winter came out, they offered this super exclusive outfit if you bought the Mountain of Eternal Winter game pack for $70. You got this outfit here. This is obviously, it's a little dyed right now. And I bought it because I was like, that is so badass and cool. You know what I mean? And I have no real regrets about that, except when they put it on the Pearl shop for $20. Yeah, then I regretted it. But you know what? I had it for like a year before they got it, so.
Through things. Now, granted, they knew not to just like remove things automatically. That would piss players off. As we have seen that before. We have seen players get very mad when you have things on the store, cosmetics even, that are retired in the store and never come back.
That's miserable. Naraka does that so much. It's really annoying.
Because it is a very strong FOMO pull. It's trying to pull on your desires.
Yeah, so like the best thing that BDO doesn't do is they don't list all these outfits in the Pearl shop. You can't see outfits that aren't for sale anymore in the Pearl shop. That's underrated as hell, guys. That shit sucks. When you can see super cool outfits, but you can't buy them, man, that's miserable. It's just like League of Legends does this with skins. Really annoying. Like I have Pack Sivir. It'll show you Pack Sivir in the shop, but you can't get it.
To look like Skeletor.
So
Grace. What they did instead was, it'll come back.
Yep.
Don't know when. Definitely comes back though at some point. But you better be
Valorant too, yeah.
Before it goes away. Gotta get it before, because it could be weeks, it could be days, it could be months.
I do plan on playing Dragon's Dogma 2 at some point.
It'll come back. We just don't know when. FOMO. More FOMO. Finding a little loophole around what we as gamers have said, well, that shit's bad.
Yeah, like I have my tournament weekend the next 2 weekends, but after that I'll probably play it.
And yes, I do of course understand that Diablo 4 is not an MMO. It is an online role-playing game, but it is not a massively role-playing game. But you could apply the same things that Blizzard is using here to a lot of MMOs, like Neverwinter or EverQuest. Yes, EverQuest, the game that I love so much.
We're dodging bullets, boys.
It's a lot of the same shit, and it's really frustrating.
Well,
so you've got
the solution is to stop playing EverQuest because it's like 25 years old, man. Like, what are we even talking about? Like, stop playing RuneScape. You have a 4090 in your computer. Stop doing it.
FOMO,
Still
you've got
mad.
sunk costs, you've got price anchoring, you've got cosmetics, you've got all this bullshit all rolled into one. But according to Blizzard, and according to many of you and myself, this actually isn't pay to win. It's pay for,
It
I
isn't.
guess, somewhat useless things.
Yeah,
But,
it's not pay to win.
you know, I mentioned EverQuest, and perhaps there's no finer example of price anchoring than what EverQuest has been doing recently, early in recent years, with their expansions. We're looking at their latest expansion, Larian's Song. It costs a pretty reasonable $34.99.
Okay, that's
Their
not bad.
collector's edition costs
Sure.
$69.99.
Okay.
Nice. Go back to a decade or so, and that's all pretty standard.
Yep.
You had the standard price and then some collector's edition with additional.
Look at those graphics, guys. Man, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but this really makes me want to play this game. Stop playing it.
things. Go back another decade, and that collector's edition actually came with physical things, like, you know, a cloth map, or maybe some keychains and shit. All things that obviously weren't worth the price, but that was part of it. You
Unreal Engine 0. Yeah.
were collecting. Now, not only has it moved to the digital space, with collectibles being things like experience boosts and satchels or mounts,
Okay.
but they've taken it even further. Now you can also get the premium upgrade to your digital edition for
So
$139.99.
that's pretty standard. Are you kidding me? Every single game in the history of the universe does this. The solution is to get this, not buy that version of the game. If I go to Black Desert's website right now and I go to package, that's crazy, bro. You can get the game for $1. I had somebody come into my stream earlier and go, "Hey, is this game worth $1?" Like,
If you're keeping track of that math, that is over $100 more than the actual expansion costs. But wait, we still
should I worry about buying Thea orbs as a new player? It's entirely up to you. I would say that most players choose to spend money on their fairy, so it's probably a worthwhile investment if you're okay with spending that money. There is a completely free-to-play way to get your fairy, but it's going to cost you probably 20 to 30 billion silver.
have
Maybe less if you get really lucky. If you get lucky, nothing.
one more option. The family and friends option, highlighted with an exciting new features banner. What are those features though? Well, essentially, it's a bunch of crap that you can sell to all those people that didn't actually buy the really
Amen, brother. The funny thing is, both sides love this. The free-to-play player that bought this pack right here that can't spend the money to get this one, yeah, those players really want you to sell all this exclusive shit to make it look like they spent the money to get the really good thing. And these players simply can't be. They want to sell it to try to get in front of these players, so that they can stay out on top. That's pretty standard.
expensive versions of the game. And for the opportunity
Destiny 2 does this. Destiny 2 is the worst about this. Destiny 2, the biggest problem with Destiny 2 is you have the new expansion, right? Okay, well that's $60, right? Oh, but you didn't buy the last expansion. Like, you haven't bought the last 2 expansions either. Oh, well, don't worry. We're going to bundle those together for $30 a piece. But would you like the digital collector's edition? Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be $120. Well, what about the old expansions then? Oh, well, then you have to buy the digital collector's edition for those too, and we'll give you that for a very small amount. It'll be $45 extra. Do you see how this works? Like, they're just, in order to play the most recent expansion for Destiny, you have to spend like $150 unless you've bought every single expansion up until this point. It's annoying. Don't forget the new dungeon keys. Don't even get me started, bro.
to price gouge all your friends in game, all you gotta do is spend a not in
Oh, yeah. And do you know that Forsaken expansion that was literally the best expansion in our game's history, and it's the reason a lot of players are playing the game? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and delete that. And every single other thing that you spent money on in the last 3 years, yeah, that's all gone. You can't even play that anymore. You can't even play the stuff that you paid for. Yeah, that's crazy.
insignificant amount of money.
Yeah, I wonder why our game's not being played anymore. That's nuts.
Like, you know, $249 for their original expansion that cost $34. $200 more. Yay! It even comes with the level 100 character boost.
I'm so glad that BDO doesn't have just like the, hey, you're level 61 when you spawn in. Because I would buy it every time, bro. No, I wouldn't. I like to think that I would not buy it because I could get power leveled by somebody in chat. But like for real though, shit would be a nightmare. Especially for new players, they would buy it and I have no idea. See good, seek Jesus. I think MMOs are fine. I think that I actually don't. This is an unpopular opinion. I have zero problems with games doing battle passes or things that just increase the monetization of the game that doesn't increase the power of your character. Totally okay with all that stuff. And they can gouge you on it. I don't care. Right? If they want to put it at like 3,000 in-game coins and you can only buy like a 4,000 pack, okay, well then you got to buy the 4,000 pack. But you know what? It's still not pay to win, and that's fine with me. Like whatever. But I can moderate my spending in games, so there's that.
Hey, when you look at those prices, when you look at those really high prices,
Oh god.
the $34.99 doesn't seem bad anymore, does it? It seems pretty okay. Hell, I mean, you know what?
BDO has ruined me. I remember when I first started BDO, I looked at the Pearl shop and I was like, how much is an outfit? What are you, nuts? And now I'm like, man, that outfit's only $35. Let's go. Carrot skin, $60. Sheesh, that's a steal. Like, I've been desensitized so bad.
Hell, that $70 the $70 collector's edition, you get some extra stuff with it. So that's pretty good, actually, isn't it? It's not bad at all compared to the $100 plus one or the $200 plus.
Next gear advice by tomorrow.
Oh, but Dark Paw, you're not off the hook yet because I haven't talked about this yet because I thought you were done, but you're not. Because it seems like you're using EverQuest 2.
Yeah.
It seems like you're using EverQuest 2 as a testing ground.
Yeah.
And, you know, the lesser known EverQuest to kind of see what we'll tolerate. And it's showing that we're not willing to tolerate much more than you're already doing. I will say...
I think that's not true at all. I think that if tomorrow Pearl Abyss increased the price of value packs, Comma Blessing, and Book of Old Moon by $5 each, I think you guys all just take it. I don't think that anyone gives a I think that if they increase the premium outfits by another $5, no one cares about that either. I think that they really could push it, bro. I think you could. I think people will spend more money, and that's scary, bro. That's scary, man. Like, that's the brutal part, is I know that we still have not reached our limit as consumers on how much we're willing to spend on stuff.
Before we get into this, that I do genuinely believe that Gen Chan has been a good thing for EverQuest. I think that the game...
I'd leave, to be honest. Well, there's still be ways around it, right? Like the original... If you want to buy a max price value pack for 30 days, okay, yeah, it would be $20. But, like, you could get the 1+1 box and then use a coupon on it and then buy it with a pack, you know, and then it comes down like $8. You know what I mean? You can live on that copium like I do, and it would be fine.
Has gone in a positive direction since they took over, since basically they were moved away from Columbus Nova. But damn, this has not been great the last, basically the last year with EverQuest 2. The too long didn't read on this one comes from MMO Bomb on the reporting on EverQuest 2's recent Dark Paw Hero Adventuring boost.
Morning, Wesley.
Something that they added to the cash shop. And as they say in the article, a character boost is on its own is not something that's really all that newsworthy.
How long has EverQuest 2 been out? Is this a joke? The game's been out for 20 years. The solution is to stop playing it. They don't want you to play it so much that they literally keep, like, they're literally shoving cash shop shit down your throat. Like, they don't even want you to play it. So just stop playing it. Like, that's the solution.
worthy, which kind of shows where the state of the MMO genre at the moment. But what the issue with this is, what people are so upset about, is the fact that the boost includes a currency, not just any currency, a currency that was recently nerfed in game shortly before this thing went on the store. The common thought there is,
I quit BDO because my free buffs ran out. I don't want to pay $45 a month, and I'll also be tempted to buy other shit. Well, just don't buy the buffs, dude. You can play free to play in BDO. You don't even need the buffs. Are you kidding me? You don't even need that stuff.
They are manipulating the drop rates of something that would be earned in game
when my old ass graduated high school.
More
that's
attractive
crazy.
To spend real world money to purchase it out of game. It just comes across as kind of frustrating. It's not the worst thing they've done. And this was also announced while I was writing the script for this video. But hey, at least it's not as bad as what EverQuest 2 was doing before with what was not so affectionately called essentially pay to raid.
I think this is bullshit. That Pegasus is actually not just falling to the ground like a rock. When do I get a horse that can fly like that and flap its wings? EverQuest 2 players unhappy, calling new loot system pay to raid.
Damn, that does not sound great, does it? But this is kind of the state of the MMO genre. We lost when it comes to monetization. We see that.
Not yet, we haven't.
Did so much ground.
No, we have not lost yet. You wait.
That we forgot where the lines
We're gonna get
were.
run.
They have become so
Stop
heavily
riding a
monetized
unicorn.
to the
Shut your
point
mouth.
of absolute exhaustion. I am exhausted. This video
I like my
is making
unicorn.
me exhausted. We end up often defending the monetization of one MMO because it's less egregious than this MMO. But if we go back a couple years, the one we're defending, we'd probably have been really upset about. But this is where I'm going to kind of take it a turn a little bit, change a little bit of the narrative here. Because if we go back, there's some things we really need to understand about MMORPGs. When MMORPGs first came out decades ago, they were already really heavily monetized.
No, they won't. No, they weren't. WoW was just a monthly subscription, and like that was it, bro. That was it. StarCraft 2. Well, honestly, StarCraft 2 obviously wasn't an MMO, but like back in those days, you bought the game, and then like that was it. Or there was a subscription model, and then that was it. Those are the good old days. Nowadays, you get the game for $1, and then you spend thousands of dollars playing the game.
Price and a monthly subscription that was roughly 1/6 or more of the cost of the game every single month, and then pay for expansions that may or may not come out every year or every few years. In a single year of playing an MMO, you could potentially be paying up to $270 for that one.
$270. Who in here spends more money on their main game than $270 a year? I would be willing to bet that most of gamers spend more than that every year on gaming. That's nothing. That's nothing. Not me. Yeah, get out of here. That's like a week for you, bro. A month? No, that's a year. How many of us have spent less than $270 on BDO in the last year?
Personally, I agree with you on most things. I just think nowadays you can reference stuff like the failure of so many MMOs and live service games, both in part because of the monetization and just general bad design. We've already heard how bad Blue Protocol and Throne is going to be on monetization and grinding, and how it's failing even in their own region.
I completely agree. The problem is those games just suck. Take a good game like World of Warcraft, KEKW, and tell me that they can't just continue to monetize it even more and people would be okay with it, right? But like this, he's saying that 1 year equals $270 is bad. Give me a break, bro. I think that almost everybody in chat spends more than this in a year. Some people spend more than this in a month.
One game. And that's
I
assuming
spent $80 last year on BDO. You're in the minority. I almost guarantee you're in the minority.
Game for $60, paying $15 a month.
I'd say I've probably spent $270 in the last 6 months. I probably spent $300 in the last 6 months
for a subscription, and getting the end of the year new expansion for around $30. And then the next year, the same single.
Fuck Destiny players in the chat are like, well, I can't even get the 2 expansions with that money. And by next year, I won't even be able to play those expansions, man.
Player might pay another $210 and then another $180 the third year if they skip an expansion.
People spend $100 monthly on BDO. When I started the game, I was well over $100 a month. Nowadays, I'm well under 50 probably. But
all of that is with no microtransactions. MMOs have always been expensive, and there's a reason for that, of course. There's this.
He's not wrong. Back then, that was expensive. $30 a month for WoW. I used to look at that and be like, I can't. I'll just buy StarCraft 2 for $60 and then I won't have to worry about it anymore, right? Like that was my logic. Like I just $30 a month for a subscription is no way.
This contract you make with the
that's $1 a day, man. I can't do that.
Creator of the games. This contract that I'm going to continue to give you money to make sure that you continue to develop this game, because this game is a persistent world that continues and goes on. In general, the idea was kind of attractive to both the players as well as the teams making the game.
Why do people play this still, bro? This is crazy. Look at the graph. I'm watching polygons go to battle with bigger polygons.
Why do you think so many games now are looking at becoming live service games? A game that
nostalgia.
Keeps making money.
That has to be it, bro, because there's no way.
So all of this comes into, yes, there was a value there, right? There's a hell of a lot more value in the amount of time and enjoyment you're going to get out of a game that you really like and enjoy and feel a part of than, say, a sparkly horse from Diablo 4. I'm sorry, Blizzard, you keep catching strays, but
I'm totally okay with the sparkly horse. I think they could have made the sparkly horse $200. Wouldn't care. Honestly, I would probably be more motivated to buy it because there'd be less people that had it, which made it more exclusive, which meant that my edict was bigger than theirs. I have a problem.
Kind of deserve it. But all of this doesn't even include some of the things that were there. There were actually, believe it or not, microtransactions within MMOs decades ago. They were just basically microtransactions to transfer a server, or maybe to change the name of your character, or to change the gender or race of your character.
Seagud said today my MMO cost me more than my wife and kids. Bro, you gotta stop spending money on VDO, man. What are you doing, bro? What are you... Holy shit.
Character. Those microtransactions were normally around like $20, $50. They were not cheap. I remember a couple times when I had to transfer server on EverQuest, and that shit was expensive. I remember a couple times when my friends made me do it on WoW, and I still don't forgive them. But before we get into all this, I don't want this to come off as some anti-developer rant. That's not what we're talking about here. This is more...
Well, we're not mad at the developers. The developers aren't really the ones that like dictate the monetization on the game. That's the marketing department. Very different people.
Just like a look at
the developers make the game fun. The marketing department's job is to make the game less fun, but keep it above the threshold that you will keep playing.
State of the genre and some of the things that I find particularly gross about it, like the things that we're talking about with price anchoring and all that bullshit. No, I understand how that gaming costs have gone up. Gaming costs are very expensive, and MMOs are perhaps one of the most, if not the most expensive games to make.
Well,
they're huge.
Inflation. Like you got to pay your developers more. You got to pay your marketing teams more. You got to pay all the people working on the game more. The live service, the servers cost more. Everything ends up costing more, which means the monetization costs more. I get it.
Sprawling things with massive server costs, and you have way
most expensive type of game, mobile games. No. Those are the cheapest games that cost you the most money.
Like so many freaking variables when it comes to making them. Player behavior is ridiculous. I mean, honestly, if I was a game dev, I would only consider making an MMO that relied on user-generated content, like a PvP first MMO or a sandbox MMO, because trying to create curated content on that time frame for the voracious players that we all are, God, that's tough. So the issue isn't that games cost money. I have no issue with the costs of games, and I do think, and this might be unpopular, that we are due a raise in the costs. In fact, I know it's unpopular, and we'll get to that in just a sec. but I think we're due for a raise in the box price of games and a raise in the monthly subscription of games. And
What are you doing? No! Okay. You can't increase. All right. I'm okay with them increasing monetization. The problem with with increasing subscription costs and increasing the base price of the game is that the microtransactions that you just bitched about for 20 minutes are still gonna be there. It's just that the game is gonna be more expensive to buy up front now. Like, what are we doing? Like, no, you get one or the other. And don't tell me it's some inflation shit. I understand that costs go up, and that's why we have microtransactions increasing at a rapid rate. Please do not tell me that the games are also going to be over $100. Please do not tell me that the games are also going to be $100 up front and $30 a month after that. Like, what are we even talking about? No.
I say that because they've been the same.
And that's not to mention the microtransactions.
For a real...
It's already $70 for a AAA game. Actually, you're thinking of Quadra A. AAA games are only $60. The real games that are very good, like, what was that garbage boat game called? Yeah, whatever that garbage boat game was called. Skull and Bones. Yeah, the real games that like are super good, like Skull and Bones. Yeah, those are the $70. Yeah, super
really
good.
Long time. But the offset of that is we got to get rid of all this bullshit when it comes to all these duplicitous tactics trying to convince you to spend money that you don't actually want to spend. All these tactics to get you to spend a small amount here, a small amount there, and think that you're actually getting some kind of value when you're not. Things that are done deliberately to make the game worse if you don't pay extra, to get as much money as possible out of a smaller group of players. Not as much money for the value of the game, but as like ease the entry, get as many players as you can, and then
part of this rests with the consumer. Stop spending money. But then there's another part of it that he's absolutely right. There's like predatory marketplace practices that are absolutely ridiculous. That sucks. Right? But also, you're an adult. You have to make your own decisions.
And squeeze a small percentage of them that are willing to pay for whatever you can get from them. The whales.
That suddenly, and against all probability, a sperm whale had been called into existence several miles above the... all probability, a...
Had to be done.
sperm whale had been called into existence several miles above the surface of an alien planet. Since this is not a naturally tenable position for a whale, this innocent creature had very little time to come to terms with its identity.
And this is where it kind of becomes our fault.
Ground! That's it! Ground!
Oh my god!
Friends with me.
What are we...
Hello, Ground!
Who makes an animation about a blue whale just slamming into the ground? Like, what even is that?
And there's two reasons why. Because you see, we actually do purchase these microtransactions.
That shit rocked the ground right. Did you see it? There's a mushroom cloud. There was a fucking mushroom cloud when that hit the surface of the earth. Oh, shit.
At a very high rate. We also, well...
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that's crazy.
Talk about this result. This poll results of what I ran on my channel.
I do need to watch it, yeah.
This poll that I ran that got over 1,000 votes, where I essentially said, what is the max you would pay for an MMORPG with zero micro...
Okay, what was the max you would pay for an MMORPG with zero microtransactions? No cosmetics, no boosts, no quality of life gear, no gear. Okay, same question. I'm running the same poll. We're gonna put $30. We're gonna put $50. We're gonna put 100. We're gonna put 150. We're gonna put 200. All right, remember, this is an MMO without microtransactions, guys. What's the maximum you would spend on an MMO? Zero. You just buy the game, that's it. There's no subscriptions. There's no microtransactions. It's like Elden Ring. You buy the game, you have it, you're good. It's a good MMO. It's a good, we'll just say for the sake of argument, it is basically Black Desert, no microtransactions. Sounds like a scam. No, I'm curious what people would spend. I'm curious if it lines up with what he spent. I would say I would probably spend anywhere between 100 to 150 bucks if it was a really good game. Probably 100 bucks. That's where I would sit. 60? No. Because again, a game without microtransactions needs to make a lot of money, like up front, and it needs to run that long term, right? Like, keep in mind, a game like this doesn't exist. An MMORPG with 0 microtransactions and no pay to win, with no cosmetic boosts and stuff, just doesn't make sense. Yeah, so we have $100 winning out at 40% of the vote, $50 at 29% of the vote. Here, I'll just pull it up. All right, so this is what ours look like. About $100. Let's see what he said.
Microtransactions. No cosmetics, no boost, no quality of life, no gear,
BDO without a Pearl Shop. I'd spend 150.
etc.
Shit, I spent $500. BDO no Pearl Shop. I'm saving money long term, believe me.
53% of you said the exact same thing that we currently have for those games.
Ooh, so this is, would you guys rather spend $100 up front or do 60 and then a $15 sub? I'd rather spend $100. I'll keep it a buck. I'd rather spend $100 every time.
Supposed to be none of those monetizations.
I hate subscriptions, bro.
$60 for the box and $50 for the sub. The same pricing we've had for over a decade. Over half of you were unwilling to pay anything more. The maximum. Keep in mind, this is the maximum. Not just saying what you would prefer. This is the maximum you would be willing to pay. And yes, this poll is not exactly a huge sample size. It's 1,400 people, and some of these people.
The worst part about that poll, guys, is that I think that if the game was really good, like Grand Theft Auto 5, if Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out and it's $100 and then it's $30 a month subscription, I don't even think people will blink. They won't, not even for a second.
People may not even play MMOs that are voting. But the fact that there was over half of you saying this minimum price on this chart was actually something that I found kind of surprising. As you go on down there, we have $70 box.
Oh yeah, they just picked the highest one. That's the funny thing.
And $15.
Oh wait,
sub.
no, $70 and $15
about
sub.
A quarter of you were willing to pay that. 25%. Go even further, and it really drops off. A $70 box fee with $20 sub was only 8%. $80 box with $20 sub was 6%.
Am I crazy? I would rather have a $100 box and a $5 sub. The lower the subscription, the better off I am long term. Because if I'm gonna play a game, it's gonna be long.
And the most expensive one had $80 box with 25 sub.
The higher you go on the sub, the less likely I am to play it. I've always been this way. If the subscription is, like, I do not like sub-based games. I typically do not play them. Like, period, dot. That's why I chose BDO in the first place.
8% of you were willing to. And some of the
MMOs need a sub? No, they don't. Are you kidding me? How much money do you think they make with microtransactions? More than your subscription.
Comments were actually really telling. $15 is my max on a sub fee. I don't want to feel like I must play an MMO constantly due to a higher sub. $60 to $70, no subscriptions. I am not buying a game I have to keep paying for.
Based.
The comments
Brian is so based, man.
Going on to say things like how that basically a subscription is nothing more than a cash grab, and that it makes you feel like you have to play the game because you're paying a subscription fee.
I hate
think it kind of shows just how well the advent of the free-to-play model, which actually used to be considered kind of the death knell of an MMO. The free-to-play, when a game went free-to-play, that meant it was in its death throes. It was struggling a lot. Well, now,
yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that any game is worth $80 base and then $20 subscription. I don't think anybody's paying for that. You kidding me, man? $100 and you get to experience the game for the very first time. That's my biggest problem with a game like that, is that, like, you literally have to spend $100 to even see if the game is, like, good. I'm so skeptical to buy games nowadays. I have to watch like 3 reviews in order to do it. Of course, now I can just do reacts for those, so it makes the experience better.
Now it is the default in a lot of ways. It is the expected model for a lot of players. Or perhaps something more along the lines of something like Guild Wars 2, where you pay a box fee, no subscription, but you have a cash shop. No.
I'm actually kind of pissed Ashes of Creation is going to be a sub instead of microtransactions. I would rather have small cosmetic microtransactions in Ashes instead of a subscription model.
I'll end on this last comment. The whole point of microtransactions is that you don't have a system like a sub.
Thank you! This is my new favorite person. There it is. You can have one or the other. If you have both, I'm not playing your game. If you have both of these, I'm not playing your game. You're crazy. Like, it's just like increasing the main price of your game. If you increase the main price of your game and you have a sub fee, are you nuts? Like, do not tell me that you all we need it for inflation. Get out of here. You pick one monetization or the other.
The whole point of microtransactions.
Devs getting too greedy. No, that's the marketing department getting too greedy. The devs made a good game. The marketing department's job is to make it a worse game.
Is that you don't have a system like a sub. Digest that how you will. MMOs, when they succeed, are huge returns.
Well, whales are totally fine. That's why I like microtransactions better than subscriptions in general. Subscriptions punish the players that don't want to spend a lot of money on the game. Microtransactions punish the players who literally have the money to spend and they're irresponsible with it. Which player would you rather punish? I would rather punish the players that are like just spending massive amounts of money on the game. Let the whales pay for the game. You know what I mean? In BDO, the whales pay for the rest of us. Let's be honest, guys. People like Hercules, they keep the servers running. We don't. Are you kidding me? Like, it is what it is. Like, I like the microtransactions over the sub fee, man. You don't punish the free-to-play players for that. Like, or essentially free-to-play players.
Investment for the companies that make them. And
not on EU.
Example
sounds like a you problem.
Of that with Star Wars: The Old Republic, because it's the only game where we have some decent numbers for it. And GameSpot did a good deep dive.
I hate pay for convenience because it motivates development to make it inconvenient at its core. You spell convenience wrong. Okay? I don't know why you're putting a C in convenience. Okay? Pay to convenience is pay to win. Let's not beat around the bush about it.
On it back when it was first announced that the game had made 1 billion in lifetime revenue. Billion with a B. It's not the only one either. I believe EverQuest has also made $1 billion in lifetime revenue as of 2020 from from the bookings that they gave us from EG7 back in 2020.
$1 billion.
Star Wars: The Old Republic reportedly cost $200 million to make over 6 years with 800 staff putting in work to bring the vision to life for BioWare and EA. It launched in 2011.
They made way more money than that off Star Wars.
8 years later, in 2019, on an earnings call, Electronic Arts reported the game had made nearly $1 billion in revenue.
There it is. Don't tell me you're not making enough money. Get out of all games cost more to make. Shut up. You're making way more money than the game costs to run. That's crazy, bro. Shut up. Like,
something they said was a business that just keeps on going.
Yeah.
We like those types of businesses. Remember how I was saying that every game now wants to be a live service game? Well, this is kind of why. It's a business that just keeps on going.
I don't know about that. I don't think that every game wants to be a live service game. In our genre, sure, but
just keeps printing money. I think the
pay to convenience does not equal pay to win. This is going to be a good argument. I'm going to enjoy this. Please explain to me. Let's just take one. We'll take one example. Please explain to me. And this is a pretty common example. How this right here, why don't we just use the canapé set? Let's use this one, guys. Okay. Well, explain to me how an outfit like this, which gives you 15% cooking EXP, but most importantly, 2-second cook time off of your cooking, is not pay to win. This is convenience, right? This is what people would call convenience. Tell me how this is not pay to win. My time is more valuable than your time. I have 0.8-second cook time with that outfit. No, you don't. Not with your Manos clothes on. See, because if you wear this outfit, you could put your Manos clothes on and be 8 times more efficient with your cooking procs than if you have +4 cooking clothes on. Okay? That's just the way that it goes. Add, okay, it's fine. Like, this being more efficient with your time is absolutely pay to win. The idea that we can both spend 20 hours on the game, but I got to Guru 15 cooking, and you got to master, I don't know, 10. Which one? Because I spent $20 and you didn't. 100%. 100% that is pay to win. Because we both spent the same amount of time and I got an advantage over you because I spent the money. That is just how it works. Can you eventually reach this level? Right? With the normal free-to-play model? Absolutely. But that's not what you're looking at when you call something pay to win. Is your time as valuable as my time? Bad comparison. The comparison is in silver per hour at Guru 50. What? No, like, this is a good... What? Are you kidding me? Okay, well then let's talk about it in silver per hour. Okay, you think for a moment that 20 hours... Okay, let's look at it again. I love the people that are on Copium. 20 hours with the canopy set. Okay? You can keep in mind, with the canopy set, you can cook with your Manos cook's clothes on. You're going to make a lot more money with the Manos set on. All right, well, with the Manos set on and your canopy set than you are in 20 hours without the canopy set. And you're going to make, yeah, you probably make what, like, to 20 hours of cooking, you'll make like 15 bill, right? Versus 7 bill. Okay? Imagine live skilling. Well, this is just an example. Would you like me to go to the tent? Do we really need to have the tent discussion about how that's just convenience? Yeah, that's crazy. When does the Mano set pay for itself? It kind of depends on what level you have it at. 20 hours, 15 bill, and he calls that winning. Well, you're getting more. I didn't say it was necessarily winning. I said you're winning more than this guy did, though. This casual that didn't spend money, the $20, and this guy made 7.5 more billion, and he will continue to make more money for the remainder of his duration in the game than you. Flat out, every time that you both go to cook, he is making more money than you. He's being more efficient than you. He's getting more EXP than you. It's the same thing with the processing outfit. It's the same thing with the riding outfit. It's the same thing with everything. That's just how it is. He's just more efficient than you are. The riding outfit is the same thing, isn't it? Doesn't it give you mount EXP? Yeah, it gives you literally mount EXP. Your horses level up faster so you can sell them faster. So you're making more silver per hour, right? Don't get me started on the hedgehog, how the hedgehog is just somehow pay to convenience, right? Like, oh yeah, it's just convenient to get 2 times the amount of materials from your gathering run. Yeah, that's convenient, right? Like, my fairy's literally perfect, bought and paid for 100%. I won. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just trying to make the point that, like, this whole pay to convenience thing. Oh well, the idea of pay to convenience is you can still get there as a free to play player. That doesn't mean the game's not pay to win. Are you crazy? The idea of pay to win is not, oh, I can still get there as a free to play player. The idea of pay to win is I have more, my time is more valuable than your time, right? In Clash of Clans, I can pay $4,000 and be 8 town halls above you in like the snap of a finger, right? Like, that's just the way that it goes. Do you think that I'm not getting power just because you can get there free to play? The game is not somehow pay to win? Of course it's pay to win. Like, what are we talking about here? Of course it's pay to win. I got there faster. My time was more valuable than yours because I spent money. That's pay to win. Right? The moment you gain more by paying, it's pay to win. Exactly, dude. Like, there are varying degrees of pay to win, right? But like, if it's making your time more valuable in the game, it's pay to win. If it's purely cosmetic, it's not pay to win, right? Like outfits. Right? Like the normal outfits for my class. Does the Shell Bow outfit make me more money per hour? Does it in any way make my time more efficient than yours if you're wearing the Serendia Soldier outfit? No, it doesn't. Or actually, I mean, like than any other outfit in the game. Yeah, just sell it. Right. All right, that's fair. But like my point is just like the idea of wearing the outfit itself, right? But like, well, if you sell it, it makes you more silver per hour. It's true. It is true. But I'm talking if you wear the outfit, right? You wear the outfit. I'm shocked the bikinis don't have some kind of swimming benefits. Oh, they do. Oh, they absolutely do. The bikinis absolutely give you swim bonus. The underwear does not. Yeah, but the bikinis are sold. I have one. Because they gave one away. They gave one away as the Terminate outfit, and I don't know. Am I wearing it? Nope. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere, though. I have a lot of shit. Okay, don't make fun of me. Oh, is it down here? Vivid Blooming. Live. Why do I have 3 types of underwear? I swear to God, they keep giving them to me for free. Here we go. This is the bikini right there. I'm pretty sure one of the bikinis makes you swim faster. Is it the yellow one? Oh. If you select the swimwear in the safe zone or diving, your swimwear can be seen by other adventurers. This item can be equipped in the underwear slot. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure you absolutely can. And then there's also like just like the swimwear that will make your character faster. Again, pay to convenience is absolutely pay to win. The idea that it's not pay to win is entirely based on the argument that like, well, you can still get there as a free-to-play player. It just takes you a little longer. Like, okay, well, that's pay to win. That's how that works.
Caveat there is it has to be successful. And there's a big bet whenever you make an MMORPG. It's a whole lot of work that comes before you make any money on it at all. MMORPGs are incredibly expensive to make, and they take a very long time. Remember, like,
yeah, but the amount of money you make off the game is crazy.
Look back at what I just said about Star Wars: The Old Republic. $200 million.
Unless you're talking about the day before.
To make, 6 years to make, and 800 staff to make. That is a tremendous investment. And you don't know until the game launches if it's gonna be worth anything. It could be a lost 6 years of development time if it just flops. The hope is that you get a game that goes on and on and on and is a constant revenue source. It's just not always going to work out that way. And that's not that's that different from any other.
That's what gaming companies are hoping for when they make an MMO. They want a constant revenue source that people are going to play for 20 years.
Game, it's just something to consider. That
Bless Online. It's true, that didn't age very well, did it?
Yes, games are successful, but they're not guaranteed to be successful, especially in the MMORPG space. As you know, about 20 or 30 or 50 or hundreds learned really since World of Warcraft launched, and everyone tried to do the same thing. Now, of course, with this $1 billion and the 200 million, one of the
God, dude, I remember this. I've played here. I've done this before. Send help, dude.
things that's not included in this
Slow tour,
calculation are the operating costs. But the number itself is significant because it has referenced another article from Business Insider back in 2010 that quoted an astronomical sum for World of Warcraft at its height.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're probably right, guys. They're probably not making enough money. They need to monetize it more.
Right. 1 billion per year in revenue. For World of Warcraft at its height, $1 billion per year. And at its height, they really have microtransactions. There's also another interesting connective tissue between both of these games. Well, they diverge a little bit, but they both actually started out as box plus sub, and that was it. No crazy microtransactions.
It's just not the way of the world anymore.
Turn.
My life spans millennia. Legions have risen to test me.
The war is not going well for Republic forces.
We fought too hard to let the Empire beat us.
The circle closes. The end begins.
They've also both moved away from that. Star Wars: The Old Republic did much more drastically, going.
I love people like this. People like this make my day. God, I love Yeah. It's not enough for one person to say this and all jump. Yeah, Blue, you are right, blah, blah. And guess what? The same Blue can say, I still love BDO so much that combat and the graphics, blah, blah. We all know poetry already. And then guess what? Sheeples will be like, damn, he's right. Whatever you say, Blue Squadron, those guys will eat the palm of your hand like pigeons in the park. Most of them don't even have opinions because your opinions is all they can afford. Sag. I love being so correct that you're actually getting mad about it. That's crazy to me. The fact that you still think that pay to convenience isn't pay to win. Look, they're not agreeing with me because I'm me. They're agreeing with me because I'm right. All right? That's the truth. The fact that you think that microtransactions are not pay to win, that's just not right, bro. Because when you break it down like I broke it down right there, boy, it sure sounds like it's pay to win. That's crazy. That's insane. Define win. My time is more valuable than yours because I spent money. It's winning. Okay? It's pay to win. It's not even a question. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it, get out.
Free to play with a premium subscription and cosmetic store in November of 2012. Less than a year from its launch, it abandoned its model and leaned into what at the time was one of the worst, absolute worst free-to-play models to date. It's been improved over the years, but it was riddled with suffocating restrictions on funds,
had to buy the Old Republic.
interactions with others, gameplay,
When did the Old Republic become free to play, man?
PvP. Basically anything you could restrict, they did. And they added cosmetics to the store, boosts, single-use packs to get around the restrictions. It became a nightmare of monetization, one that immediately turned me off of the game. And they did it all less than a year from launch. But kind of worked for them, right? Because they made $1 billion. Of course, it may not have been continuing to work for them because, well, they have now been punted off to Broadsword, which, no offense to Broadsword, but they're not known for developing any games. They're known for being a steward for games that are in maintenance mode, like Ultima Online.
Yeah, so it's a maintenance mode situation,
which has been at some point maybe possibly getting a new Dawn server, but we haven't seen anything for a while, and Dark Age of Camelot. So interesting interruption here, because I made this comment about Broadsword and Ultima Online and them not really essentially being ready to provide any kind of new content. And as I was saying that in this video, we got announcements that the new legacy, or new Dawn, whatever, the new server, the new shard from Ultima Online is actually moving forward, and we should have beta testing this summer. So I guess Broadsword is doing better than I thought. But WoW is still successful, right? And they
How old is that game? It was made in 2021.
Box and sub price. They are still a standard for the box and sub.
Just messing. I'm just messing. Yeah.
I think the first sparkly horse in WoW is going to go down in history. That and the horse armor are going to be like go down in history as some of the key moments of microtransactions in MMOs.
Yeah, here's the biggest sadness, dude.
This is exactly what I was talking about before.
I worked 2 years of overtime straight on StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty. StarCraft 2,
phenomenal game. I played it. I was top of Diamond in Wings of Liberty, which was the highest back then. They added Master towards the end of Wings of Liberty, but like, absolutely incredible game. I played the shit out of that game.
Wings of Liberty made less money than the horse, the first Sparkle Pony horse in World of Warcraft. A $15 microtransaction horse made more
He's pissed.
money than StarCraft 2.
Yeah, you're pissed.
That's it. That's the whole meme, dude. You're wondering why these companies do microtransactions?
That's
because
the reason.
dipshits keep buying all of them.
There it is,
Wondering why companies
do
microtransactions.
Because dipshits keep buying all of them.
Yeah,
that was.
Didn't I say that when the thing started?
From Pirate Software. Pirate Software was kind enough to give me permission to use that clip, explaining from his own perspective, which was a unique perspective because he worked for Blizzard, how a sparkly horse made more money than a hotly anticipated game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that Pirate Software is onto something with this way of delivering information. So that's the way that I'm.
Because the fact of the matter is, we would rather spend more money on a game that we already know is good and getting cosmetics in the game that we already know is good, than on money for a new game, which is like it could not be good. That's how I always thought.
I'm going to do it for this next part here as we dive into this freaking ridiculous microtransaction. We're just going to hide my face when we do it. All right. So basically, World of Warcraft released their first microtransaction, Celestial Steed, back in 2010.
He's drawn, boys.
I have terrible handwriting, sorry. And they had a queue of, when they released it in 2010, they had a queue of 140,000 people. 140,000 people wanted this freaking sparkly horse. Is this a horse? Let's do a horse. This is a horse. Nay. Yay. And then let's add some sparkles. I guess we should add a tail. So they wanted this horse. And this horse was actually going to cost them $25. $25 for this horse. If you take this all at face value, well, then you basically get a $3.5 million balance from this.
Because an intern took like a couple days to make that horse, and boom, $3.5 million. It's that easy, folks.
This sparkly horse. And all of this took them 3 hours. And before all this,
it took them 3 hours. That's what I mean. What a joke.
Of course, they had already been dealing with some kind of label microtransactions with little cosmetic pets, you know, little cute things like this little cat meow. That was already something they were doing. They're selling it. They were doing these for about $9. They'd already dipped their hands in, but now they realized we'd buy it. Okay, I'll be honest. When I put that in the script, I thought it wouldn't be too bad, but damn. Pirate Software does that shit live, and it was difficult for me, and
it is kind of hard to draw on the screen like this. I mean, like, how are you supposed to, like, what people want, like cat ears and stuff? Like, what are you just freehanded?
Even showing my face.
I have mouse macro, like I have my mouse is programmed so that I can use the different things.
I was taking a lot of pauses. Props to Pirate Software. He is a smarter man than me. Now, it's only gotten worse since then, of course. World of Warcraft has added the WoW token. Other subscription-based games like EverQuest and Lord of the Rings Online went free to play and piled in microtransactions for cosmetics, experience boosts, and level boosts. Entire video essays have been done on the horrors of Neverwinter's microtransactions, and an internet firestorm started around Diablo Immortal. Remember? It's only one button per thing, and I only use it to draw on the screen. I don't use it when I'm playing BDO. I use it, like, BDO isn't even open when I... BDO isn't even open when I'm using it, okay? Like... Remember Diablo Immortal? That one, that Diablo Immoral that everyone was talking about? Well, it made $525.
Did he just say Diablo Immoral?
$1 million in 1 year, as reported by GamesHub. Now, Statista shows a huge crash in revenue for the game, but it's still making a couple million per month 2 years later. Blizzard wasn't quite so egregious with their microtransactions in Diablo 4, but they were still present. They've also gone on to add WoW tokens.
I knew that Diablo 4 was going to be garbage because Diablo 3 was garbage, okay? I played Diablo 3 and I just like, bro, that shit just into the ground. Like, wow, that shit was crap.
Tokens in classic World of Warcraft, a controversial, potentially pay-to-win transaction. It often feels like MMOs and...
The funny thing is, there are parts of Diablo 4 that seem really good.
The gaming industry at large have learned that a minority of players are willing to spend money, and that minority of players are kind of going to be a huge benefit to the company monetarily. So let's go back, for example, and don't worry, I won't bring out the MS Paint again, but to that little sparkly horse, the Celestial Steed, and how it made, for layman's terms.
Streamers and content creators are the biggest influencers and instigators for buying those in games. Well, I can't say that's not necessarily correct. They like PA started this new things where they started like every once in a while they're gonna try to give certain partners, not everybody, not every time, obviously. But outfits so that we can showcase them and stuff. It's not a bad idea. It's a pretty good idea. If you're being honest, if you're marketing for the Rose Noir, for example. Yeah, I'll market the shit out of that outfit. That's a piece of cake. That outfit sells itself. I can't sell garbage though. If I put on a garbage outfit, nobody's gonna buy it because I'm wearing a garbage outfit.
$3.5 million.
Like you say, influencer, it's not like I'm forcing people to buy something, right? If I'm wearing a skin in game, you just think that the skin is cool and you'll buy it. But like, if the skin is garbage, I can't sell a garbage product.
By selling it at 25 million, 3.5 million in 3 hours. Well, how does 3.5 million for a sparkly horse work out to, well, subscription fees? At $15 a month, you roughly need about 233,000 people.
Case in point, what you're wearing now, if it never comes back. Oh no, I said that earlier. We made that point earlier. I guess you just weren't here. I said that like if outfits are exclusive, I will buy them. And I spent my money on them. Right? Like I have like the Bugatti outfit, right? And also the Oblivion outfit was also kind of exclusive, right? It went away and we didn't know if it was going to come back.
Paying for per month to equal what the horse made in 3 hours. So to offset that, just to kind of show how big of a thing it is here, to offset those 140,000 people, you got to lose 233,000 people, at least for a single month. It obviously changes as you go in month to month, but just that
I spent money on the Grandpa Crown outfit. I bought 3 of them.
Little horse makes a big deal. And the cost to make the horse is, of course, going to be negligible compared to the cost of making the game. It's honestly going to be, for a lot of developers, a bit of a no-brainer, as long as they can find the balance of making something that people will buy and not pissing players off enough that enough of them realizing that it's going to be a multiplier on how much, because of the people buying the thing, would need to leave. Simply put, again, the math just isn't in your favor if you don't like microtransactions. You're fighting an uphill battle. That's large.
It's all going to be microtransactions. I'm worried we're headed towards, I'll be honest with you, I'm not worried about microtransactions. I'm worried about the pay-to-play game that is also a subscription model that is also has microtransactions. That's what I'm worried about.
Largely why we lost. And obviously, because WoW has doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on things since selling that Celestial Horse, I think we can say that they have found a nice area for themselves where, yeah, they know they're pissing off some players, but not enough for it to matter. But I don't want to leave this with just all doom and gloom. I'd suggest that for the last 10 to 15 years...
It might be WoW.
It has been a bit of a testing ground for microtransactions.
But it wasn't like that originally, so it doesn't count.
Far, and some have paid for it. Star Wars The Old Republic alone is an example of how they've evolved. Their free-to-play model much improved from its early days due to player backlash, and I assume sagging revenue. Not too long ago, RuneScape backed down from some brutal monetization changes, and Lord of the Rings Online spent over a year giving away previously paid for...
Well, that's the truth, right? Is they backed down from the brutal monetization changes because players were like, well, you, we just won't play your game if you do this, right? Like, why is everybody playing RuneScape? It's because of the nostalgia value. Nobody's playing it because it has amazing graphics or the gameplay is somehow state of the art. No, they're playing it for the nostalgia. If you take away the nostalgia by making it too like pay to win, nobody plays it anymore. That's it. They'll lose their whole player base. That's the trick to anything. Just stop spending money.
Content to increase player numbers. And those things that I mentioned with EverQuest 2, at least one of them, the pay for raid, has been completely rescinded. There hasn't been anything as of this video about the new one, but you know, enough pushback and maybe they'll pull that too. They also haven't put that stuff in EverQuest yet. So was the war against microtransactions lost? Yes, in a way it was. We have seen.
Imagine if you could pay to get to level 61 in BDO, no one would care. It wouldn't even be really like worth doing. Because you still have to go through the main story anyway, and you're gonna hit. I would pay to skip the main storyline. That I would do. If I could pay money in BDO to skip the entire storyline, I would do it. Hands down, I would do it. And then spend more money to hit just shy of 700 gear score. Yeah, we'll see if they're not gonna do that in BDO. I need this. But I do understand that that's kind of where WoW is right now.
Ceded a shit ton of ground. But I also think we need to
don't give them ideas. Well, right now you can skip the story for free, but like on a new account, right? Like you guys have already all gone through the main story, so you've already suffered. But let's say you're a brand new player If you gave them like the Conqueror pack, allowed you to also skip the story and be level 61, I would do that every time. Are you kidding me? It wouldn't even be... skip the journals. Holy shit. Oh my god. I don't even give a f if it's $300, bro. It's spent. Consider the money gone. It's already being transferred.
Be aware of where this genre came from and how it was already a very, very expensive hobby to have. But I also think that we have at this point a couple of companies that are riding off of, you know, not necessarily goodwill, but good reputation. Reputation born from nostalgia, games that we really liked in the past, games that come out with no real substance to them, the games that are not well received or don't have that history. Well, they don't tend to do that well. And
I would sell my unborn son to skip journals. That's the state of Black Desert Adventure Logs.
in fact, two of the things that made Doom,
pretty bad,
the upcoming MMORPGs this year, Throne and Liberty and Blue Protocol, might actually be aggressive monetization.
Do not tell me that Dune is going to be the best MMO that comes out in 2024. That game is going to suck. I have a strong feeling. I'm going to play it because it's an MMO and it's going to be fun, but I have a feeling that that shit is going to suck because it's based off of a movie, which is based off books, and like those games just never do well. Look at Lord of the Rings. Look at like I just can't. Any game, like it's just miserable. Dune's coming out in 2025, whenever it comes out. It looks incredible and everything. I'm going to play it, but I'm very nervous that that game is just going to blow. I haven't even looked at the monetization for that game. I'm very nervous that they could fuck that up. There's a million ways they could fuck that game up. Throne and Liberty, we already know the monetization is going to tank that game, right? That's why they haven't released it in the West yet. They said it was going to come out in the first quarter. It ain't coming out in the first quarter. It probably won't come out in the second quarter. Blue Protocol is already dead on arrival because of the monetization as well. Because again, the solution, guys, if you aren't happy with the way that a game is monetized, is to just not play it. Or just not spend money.
As players, our
Lord of the Rings MMO, I love Helly's like, who?
Line on what we consider pay to win, what we consider unacceptable when it comes to microtransactions has moved. It has moved over and over and over again. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it hasn't moved for me. It has. When I was younger, I wanted no microtransactions whatsoever. And now I definitely am. I don't really have many problems with an experience boost here or there. And that actually worries me more than you might.
Oh, wait, that's not like, I don't even like the EXP boost stuff. I don't even buy that stuff. Am I the only guy that doesn't care so much about like the EXP boost stuff in most games? I care way more about like the limited edition skins, bro. Like I'm way more tempted to spend money on like the limited edition skins or just skins and like just cosmetic stuff in general than I am on EXP stuff.
Why don't I? And part of that could simply be
what
because
up,
I play games.
Went to work and you're still going. I'm still working.
Existed before the experience boost, so I don't play games that have been, let's say, built around the need for experience potions, because that's a thing that happens too. But I think the most important thing in this ongoing
that's the FOMO in
battle,
you, true,
if we will, against microtransactions, is you yourself finding out.
I spend money on weight. I also spend money on weight, but usually that comes through DoorDash. Thanks for noticing.
Your red line is, but perhaps more than anything else, understanding and learning what some of the marketing tactics they are using.
Don't
to
play
get you
Dota
to pay
2
more
then.
money. Because
True.
If there's any takeaway from this video,
League of Legends is a free game, guys. League of Legends is so free. So free. I have PAX Sivir. Wait, Blue, were you at PAX? No, I wasn't. I have a problem though. I have like, oh my god, bro. I have so many skins that are just like, I don't even use them, bro. Like, I just have like an issue, man. Like, I can't. It's like limited edition. I can't do it, man.
Realize that there are...
I will say I haven't spent money on League of Legends in probably 4 years. Probably 4 years. Because I haven't played League of Legends in 3 years. But I watch League of Legends all the time.
Psychological tactics being used.
I'm clean, boys. I don't even have to go to rehab anymore.
To encourage you to spend more money. And
yes,
I think
did.
that there's no...
Yeah, I used to grind ranked in League. That was like the thing that I did.
No greater video for this in this space than this video over here, which gives kind of a general overview. And yes, this is not me tossing to another one of my videos. I'm tossing to a video from Josh Strife Hayes. And I was gonna do the Neverwinter video, but that's pretty deep, in depth, and Neverwinter specific. So I figured this one might be a good start.
Wow, this is a great video. I loved it. He gave me Bellamy vibes, or like, and I really like that. I'm absolutely gonna subscribe here. There's the video right there. Absolute unit. This is 2 weeks ago. I agree with a lot of his points. Like, I think that microtransactions are kind of, yeah, they seem like the plague of the MMO genre, but I would rather have microtransactions than the subscription model. Or like I would rather have like a battle pass than even a guaranteed I have to pay the money sub kind of deals. You know what I mean?